Hello and welcome back to Bamplav. Today we are hosted by the authentic Aleph Cafe, Bar and Restaurant. And if you have morning coffees or morning teas or just afternoon lunches or a nice night out with your friends, come and visit the Aleph Cafe. If you hear any clicking and clanking or anything in the background, the kitchen is preparing for us a nice breakfast, which you can come and enjoy any day of the week, any morning. Oh, yeah. Now, today we have kind of a special episode for you. We asked you, our viewers, our audience, our lovely followers, to ask us any question of your choice, because in all the episodes we keep getting different questions to each of us, the respective ones of us, about our personal lives, about our daily lives, our lives outside Bamplav. So today we decided to come here just for you to answer those questions. So this is our Ask Us Anything segment. Ladies, yes, are you ready? Because some of these things are deep and personal. I just want you to know. Actually, some of them were even saying that, I'm sorry if I'm intrusive, but you think that a question has been burning her. She sees there Manuela walking, get into Chimurumira Nenga Tainanga But today is the day. Today is the day. We are going to answer everything. And for those questions, by the way, that we might not be able to answer, we've either answered them over and over again in previous shows, so you can go back and watch those, or we are going to answer them in following shows. So just stay tuned. All the questions that were asked will eventually be answered. So let's start. And I want to start with the woman of God. Hey, Manuela, every question we have here, every discussion, she ties it up to God. Actually, she's our pastor. We even collect offertory and hand her the basket. So I'd like to ask, and I'm happy that the first question has something to do with your relationship with God. Oh. Yeah. So let me just ask it as it is. How have you developed your relationship with God amidst your busy work schedules?
Woman of God. Meanwhile, when we talk about woman of God, I always think of Rachel because, you know, I'm not looking at your Bible. Oh my gosh, you're the worst with a pulpit. No, so developing our, see, we said we're going to be honest.
Yes.
I cannot imagine a life without God. And for me, it came from a place of poverty. Let me not lie. Because so I knew God. I was in a relationship with Him. I mean, I gave my life to Christ when I was 6 years old. When I went to watch Heaven's Gates and Hell's Flames, I really fear hell, but I really don't want hell and poverty. Those two, I cannot manage. Like, so I went, watched it, and I was just like, oh my God, I have to give my life to Christ. Now, I gave my life to Christ, and then a few years later, our parents broke up, and then we went through that turmoil. Yeah. And I know that the only thing that kept us was God. And I think because of the relationship, so I feel like I developed that relationship with God that time when I was much younger, that now I don't know a life without it. Yeah. I actually fear it because I'm just like, I saw how He carried us through. I saw how He carried my mom through. I saw how we could be restored. Like, how do you go from a place of absolute lack to a place of abundance? I had never seen that. And then that time I remember that the only God we knew was the poor God. What do you understand? The one where to be Christian, you have to be poor. You have to. But then I saw Him take us. And I started to have the relationship that I started to understand what He desires for us as His children. And it was a life of abundance. He came to give us life in its fullness. But do you know what it is to live life in its fullness? Yeah. It's life. He didn't say, no, life in its fullness. Yeah. So I saw God literally, tangibly, with my own eyes in our life, that even I cannot imagine a life. I don't know how to say it. I just can't imagine a life without Him. So whenever I'm thinking, I don't know how to say, I just can't imagine a life. So I'm constantly developing my relationship
with
with God.
I think you
By the
just
time I'm
said
done,
it.
when I reach heaven, that's to say, well done, good and faithful servant.
Actually, you won't find Peter at the gate. You find the gate open.
Come on now.
Well done. Well done.
Okay, so the one that I have that I found quite interesting, Rachel, is for you, and it's really about your hair. First of all, there were so many questions for you about your hair. Where do you use it from? Why did you decide to do it? How long will you keep it like that? Do you have to cut it when you're back?
Yes.
So first of all, the fact that you had very long lashes, black hair, you know, and then you decided to lock it. Is it permanent? Is it like in fact, there are so many questions. Just tell us your hair journey.
It's okay. This is my daily life. I actually keep saying my hair has gone before me.
Yeah.
It is the celebrity now.
It is.
Always sending her messages.
Always.
Messages about everybody asking about her hair
Yeah.
all the time.
Okay, so here goes. Please listen once because I'm not going to repeat. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So I locked my hair. So these are sister locks. They are like micro locks, but this particular one are sister locks. I did this in 2020 when the lockdown had just hit. I had been meaning to, but I was on the fence for a long time, like a lot of you are, because it's a permanent hairstyle. Oh. Yes. So if I were to want to change my look, I would have to cut my hair, which I am okay with. I am not attached to hair. I used to be.
Long hair.
Yes.
Bad hair.
Can I say? Anyway, you have your privilege. You have your privilege.
There was a time I was attached to hair, but not anymore. I've cut my hair several times and it grows back, but you are right, maybe there's a bit of privilege there. Because my hair grows fast.
Yeah.
So I did this at a salon somewhere in Nakawa. I will share the contacts, just slide into my DM. And it is a hairstyle that matures over time. So it didn't look like this when I did it. Yeah. So you need a bit of patience and commitment. Because those first few months, and I'm saying like 6 to 8 months, your hair is not going to look like this. So I get a lot of people coming to me saying, oh my God, I want to do my hair. Your hair looks nice. And I almost want to tell them, are you sure? Because it takes time for your hair to look like this. The hairstyle matures. And it looks better as it matures. Oh. Yes. Oh. I paid, the first installation costs anywhere between 750,000 to £1,000,000 shillings. Oh, wow. The economist is fainting. The economist is like, what? But you'll be there fainting. These women here buy wigs of 2 million shillings.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yes,
that's true.
And this for me is it was a
one-off permanent thing.
Yes, it's a one-off payment. And then after that,
the economist is still
window still in the same economy.
This was in 2020. Things were still.
It was 2020.
Yes, and I have a good
No, but it's permanent.
It is.
And it's the same, like it for yours is like a capital investment,
yes.
While mine is like a recurrent expenditure where I'll spend that exact amount of money actually more in 6 months. And then ours is permanent.
There you go.
No, I get it.
Yeah. So that's how if you want to come there, Shaz resurrected. So if you are planning to do this look, please save up. It's always a good thing to save up. Thankfully, I had a very good relationship with my loctician. That's what they're called, and he allowed me to pay in installments. Oh. Yes, which was a very welcome gesture. Yeah. So I think that's it. And then I retie. I do repair every 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. Yeah. So really, it's about at a 60K.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was fair.
No, that's fair. That's perfect, actually.
So, and one thing I want to say about this look is just count the cost. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for people who want to change hair looks. If you're that person and you want to look differently, this is not. It's not going to work for you. Okay. Yeah. Just when you get to that point where you're like, you know what, I'm done with hair things. I just want peace, and this is the look for you.
And maintenance,
it's very low maintenance. I can wash it at home. I don't do conditioners and all those butter things that you do when you have less natural hair. Just wash. I can do a leave-in treatment and then go for my regular retightening.
Yeah, you don't have to do
You don't no, none of that. The hair dries by itself, and that's it. So it works for me.
And it
It works
suits
for
you.
me. Oh, thank
Totally,
you very much.
totally.
People are always in our inbox for this hair.
Banana.
Thank you.
And I know they will still come.
I love it.
I know they will still come. Actually, I did this at Louis' salon. Louis has been on our
she has
show
been on the
before.
show.
Oh, okay.
So I think Kalango is in order. It's in Nakawa and Bukoto. I have a question for Angie. Angie, I know this is also a frequently asked one, but somebody would like to know, are you Ugandan? Your
Yeah.
name sounds Nigerian.
Yeah.
So
Angie
please set
Kemi
the record
Omeke.
straight.
Even the tribe details. But
Yes. Because also you're complicated, and she keeps throwing them. You know, I'm Tanzania. You're like, oh, Tanzania, Rwanda, DRC Congo.
we are Baganda. But I'm Kemirende.
So please.
Okay. I guess at the end of the day, as moms, we're on Bump Love. I think it's great if we raise our children to understand exactly where they come from, especially the girl child, because we're the ones who carry on the history, and we explain to our children why either they are tall or short or everything. So to explain that, to answer that question. My father is a Muganda from the royal clan.
Oh.
We are Bambeja.
That's why you talk the way you do.
Explain that. The girl can calm you down.
Not all the time, but yeah. So when I was about 13, when we came back to Uganda, I got my Chimbe, the name for my clan, which is Nkinzi. But I got it like when I was really grown, so it has never really stuck.
Wait. So you said when you came back to Uganda, so we stopped at your father is in Muganda, so we imagined you are born here.
Yes, but we were not given, those like names of your clan. Okay, right? My parents just, if anything.
Were you living in Uganda when you were born?
Was I living or was my mom?
Were you
living?
born here?
Yes, I was born here.
Then you went away?
Yes.
To...
Then we came back, and then I got the Nkinzi name.
Okay.
Yes. So my dad's father, my grandfather on my dad's side is a Mulangira.
Okay.
But why don't we have that full Gandhi thing is because the person who raised him was my grandmother, and she was Mnyoro Mtoro.
Oh.
Baganda.
Mnyoro
Mutoro.
Yeah, she's a Mtoro. Yes. Then on my mom's side, my grandfather is from the royal family of Karagwe. Those are Bahaya. His mother before him was Chaga.
Nyabo, these ones are in which country? Because clearly they're not
This is
in
Tanzania.
Very.
So you
Now we
find-
see how Tanzania enters in the plot.
Yes.
Okay,
So
we're
you
together.
Find, so my grandfather is Hayam Chaga. My grandmother, the way we have Bafumbira in Uganda, is the way in Tanzania they also have Tutsis who
Yes, that's true.
who
Who settled there
in
during that?
Tanzania.
Yes, during.
So my mom is one of those strong. I get all my strength from her. She's the type of person who had to insist you had to learn every language. Luganda wasn't so good, so even us were a bit sketchy, but I speak like Swahili, Kihaya. So it was important for her to ensure that we carry on the tradition. So when you see my sons,
We see them, darling.
So there's the Tanzania. So I've seen how Tanzania and Rwanda come together.
Yes.
Then the Muganda, the Munyoro, the Mutoro.
Yes.
None of those one sounds like Omeke.
exactly. Even when I'm in Nigeria, they actually think I'm Nigerian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave that story for another day.
Otio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What we don't answer here, following episodes of
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. But my my question is to Rosette. What motivates you to work hard?
Farm style is.
Newman's. Yes.
But I work hard, you guys.
Yes, you do.
And yet on growing up, I don't know, I didn't seem like I would be those hardworking girls. I think I've said that before. But well, I think I've not got the opportunity to say this on the show. And this is what I'll start with. Why do I work hard? There's a time in our lives that we went through a state of poverty. Yeah. There's a time in our lives when I went through a state of poverty. So my dad was always this corporate employed guys. He would have a house on the job. So were those people. Where they put him, hop in that house. So now they've moved him. We are now staying in Ginger. He has a crib there. That's what we knew, yeah? So that's what we knew. But however, there was like a house that he had built for my mom in Aka State in a place called Bwai Sekazo. So when he lost his job, we had to move there. Yeah, because that's what happened. So it was a very difficult time of our lives. It was very, very difficult to a state that even school fees would have to look out. And that was like around HSC. I think it started slowly, you know, when someone is losing their job. And then like all his savings that he had were swindled away. Like, I don't know, there's something that happened and everything that he had was gone. So my mom had to step up, you guys. She worked so hard. She had like a restaurant and would be those girls helping her to serve food. Because the state was really, really bad. So it would be those girls who were still in school. But I'm glad that at that point, we were almost about to close Form 6. That was between Form 4, 5, and 6. That's when it became really, really deep, really, really bad. Like, but in that state, he was able to sell off a few things to ensure that we are in school to close. So I lost the first year of campus because we were in that state. And I saw my mom step up to work so hard because he was those guys who would, like, she had a job, she was a tailor, but she didn't bring much on the table. And when he lost his money, he must have gone through a very difficult state. Think about it now, because he ran away. He went to the village. Now he went to the village house and he stayed there. We stayed with mom for close to 2 years. He would just call in and check on us. I don't know, it was just a difficult state for him. So like we went through so much, and that's when my strength rose. Like the baby had to be for long forgotten. That's when I went and started my first job. The year that I lost when I was supposed to start campus, that's when I started to work. And then when we got a bit of money is when I resumed, like the next year. So I was like, what? A woman has to work hard, because you do not know what is going to happen if you're depending on your partner. So that's exactly what happened. So I'm that woman who, like, when I started a family, knowing that at the back of my mind, I need, as a mother, if anything happens to the husband, what are you? Are you just the kind that is, just sit at home watching TV and, waiting for something to say. So that's what drives me. That's what we went through.
Somebody said, men losing their jobs is akin to women when they struggle with infertility.
That's true.
They go through that.
That pressure.
It helped me understand, So losing jobs, dealing with money problems and not being able to fend for your family. So many times, when they are in that state, it's like they almost become like babies. They isolate and they don't want to deal with the world, and it can be easy for women to think, let him man up, let him step up, and yet they are really going through
I'm so shocked though, because Rosette, you don't strike me as somebody who ever lived through poverty, who ever needed to survive, because I've met those people, and even without interacting with them, I can tell. Your heart is so open. Those people, usually what happens is they usually fight for themselves. They live a life of survival, of struggle, of fight. They don't want to be drowned, to be put back under the water in that place that they were. And yet for you, you still have a hand to give others and so
Open up your
openly,
heart.
like not out of it's I'm bless you, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but Rosvi, can you just tell us what do you do?
Yeah.
Because everybody knows you work hard, right?
Yeah.
But what do I do?
Yes.
So first of all, I'm raising. That is also work. I'm raising 4 boys. Anyway, that aside, I have a super demanding role at Coca-Cola as a sales manager.
Yeah.
Anyone that knows sales knows how demanding that is.
Yeah.
Very,
The
very
pressure.
demanding. The pressure, the targets, the numbers, the team you're leading, all that. And then I and my husband have a brand that we are building, and that's Newman's.
Woohoo!
Super demanding.
Yes.
The best Newman's. Yes.
Yes.
So that's something that we have gone, put in a lot of work. It's very, very demanding.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And you guys have done so well. Like Newman's is in every supermarket, every
Even in the bushes.
gosh.
We are
Yeah.
doing international. We'll be delivering to Kenya, Nairobi, Tanzania.
Your brand is international.
It is. It is international standard. I agree. Yeah.
Thank you for that. And then side hustles like my fab stylist role.
Yes.
Well, that I've put aside because I wanted to give my kids priority. It was becoming over demanding. So I said, let me put that on a hold. But yeah, those are some of the things that have really kept me on my toes as a busy mother.
Yeah.
So you mean Bump Love is water? It's
She's not counting us. Really?
Love is part of that.
It's all passion and hobby rather than
Yes.
like job.
Yes.
So Pumla,
Yes, I have questions.
question for you that has come as questions. Many people have always asked this, but then I'll just, why do you like the same hairstyle? Like Balaam with his orange teeth.
Then let me tell you, the thing is, our viewers, what I've realized is you don't respect your elders. What I've seen in this short journey we've had together, you don't respect us. You ever had a president for over 3 decades. For me, small 3 years, you want to talk. Anyway, the truth of the matter, guys, is that I don't have the brain space. It's something I have shared on that with these ladies before. I really don't have the brain space to think about a new hairstyle each and every time I have to go to the salon. Like I have friends who are always, what hair should I do? What hair? Where should I go? What salon should I do? There is constantly, like, I feel like my brain was made for bigger problems. But that aside, I like my hair like I like my men. I like my hair dark. I like it big where it matters. I like my hair neat. I like my hair low maintenance, convenient, consistent. I like my hair peaceful. So when I found hair that gave me that ticked all the boxes, until we failed on the other side. We will fail everywhere. I achieved on the hair. So I decided, if it ain't broken, why you try to fix it? Even you, the same way you've been with your men who have disturbed you for years and years, and you've stayed there with them. Even with the longest lasting relationship I've had in my life is with your hair. And that's just it.
No, but I hear you, Pumla, on brain space. That's why I wear the same colors. Because it's just like, I can't be there. Where is my yellow dress? How does it match with this one? Now the shoes which I usually wear, now they are off. Now let me, it's just like it's just too much. Yeah, so I feel you.
So I actually remember Nabachwa sometime was given an offer to do her hair.
Oh my God, yes, I remember.
Yes.
The salon offered to do your
And it
hair.
was a slightly different hair.
Oh yes, a free offer.
I absolutely love.
Oh my God, it was the worst. I had to remove it in the next day.
Yes, you did.
So it was something similar, but like wavier. It had like little curls.
Yes.
I loved it for her first because it was a different look, but it also kind of still
looked almost
made
Yes,
sense.
it looked very similar,
I
but
know
she
it wasn't
couldn't.
like it made a
She couldn't
week
have
on
it.
her.
No,
No.
I removed it actually 2 days, and then I got another really good offer as well. And the person said, "I will do
For free.
what you." Yeah, it was free.
Yeah.
Actually, it was my birthday, and they called me in. Let's do your hair, and I was skeptical, and I explained to them. I removed it. That one maybe 3 days. I had
Yeah,
to take it
yeah.
out.
But you see, but you see that thing when you find something that works for you, and it's like you really said, low maintenance, reduces. When you don't have that
weight matters.
headspace, wow, that's Pumla. Meanwhile, I was coming with Micah point, but now I've stopped on big where it matters. But anyway, I just wanted to say something about the fact that you're not the only one who does this. It's it's something that has come. I know the first time I heard about it was from like Mark Zuckerberg, those Elon Musks and friends. They wear the same clothes. Have you ever realized when you check a sneak peek at their wardrobe, he has the same gray shirt, the same jeans, the same suit for important meetings, so that you're not thinking about what to wear. Now I didn't know how much that thing takes. How much head space what to wear takes.
But I've grabbed those blessings, Bambi. Say those names again. Say them again, dear.
Explains for Balaam.
Dear, say them
Yes,
again.
even yes. Because now
I know my bada mumu even about to mention Steve Jobs.
Yes, even Steve Jobs, you're so right. Even Steve Jobs, they had
has those
the
polo
same.
necks.
Yes, he had just a
But you
polo
remember
neck.
I'm
That-
Seve, yeah.
Now you know that. You know that the polo neck, I look good. I look presentable. In a white shirt, I look nice. Why are you wearing yellow? Why are you wearing blue? Yet you know that you look good in that. And so you don't have to think about it. Now as women, if we ever counted the cost of the time we take to dress up, which earring should I wear? Which handbag now goes? Which shoe? Should I wear this shoe or this shoe? Meanwhile, you have a presentation to do. When you think about it, it's just so much easier to live a life like that. So
And that's exactly how I think I rationalize it.
yes,
Exactly
I agree. I'm with you, by the way,
I guess that's why
100%.
doctors have
Lab coats, yes. That's why people have uniforms for that matter.
Spend more
Yeah.
time. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Manuela, darling.
Darling.
As you're the one who has understood me properly.
But we are sisters a lot, Pumla. We are sisters
We
a
need to
lot.
get a cafe.
Kale, you are so fake. It's just that you don't want
are going to
to
replace
you don't want to
the
accept Jesus in your life, but I'll check. We will reach. We'll reach one day.
One day we will get there. Manuela,
Yes.
you say you were brought up in real poverty. How did you manage to beat it?
Huh.
There was a follow-up of and beat it successful, but I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if you
know.
want to split that.
No, I don't know. I guess it comes together.
Eventually,
Okay.
yeah.
Eventually.
Okay.
So yes, so you know how Rosette. So during our poverty times, we'd come and talk together. We are so poor. At our home, we are poor.
We were poorer than
Yeah, we there were levels in this thing.
Conversations are these.
I heard that's why she said
Yeah.
you were
We were poor. Yeah, like where Rosette in their poverty were helping us.
Yes.
That's how much it was. Because she's like, Bambi, my friend. When the parents would come and visit, they're like, now that one they don't have. So let us also visit Manuela. And they visit us together. That's how bad it.
Poor people call you.
Where are people Nga when we go to visit the Rosettes in Iwai, say, hey, we have arrived. Nga it's near Makerere like that. What are you saying? Hey, 500. Nga, hey, we had arrived. I'm going to visit my friend as if Kololonga you are moving to Waise. So but anyway,
I wish everybody could get to a place where they could laugh at their history like this eventually.
Yeah. But I must say that there was a lot of working hard. I know, of course, I answered the God part already, but but there is a need to work hard. My mom worked hard. So this is how it happened. My mom one day goes to a friend's house at, I think, like a party, tastes their juice, and the juice tastes so good. So she asked the lady of the house, how do you make this juice? The lady showed her a blender. My mom was shaking like, my God, what is this machine? What is it? Do you understand? And so, and then the lady's like, I only use it once in a while. My mom's like, Panange, you teach me, show me. Then the friend lent her that blender, that machine. And then my mom started to make the juice, and then the juice she made. You know those things where God I think is like, let me assist this one. Her juice was beautiful. It was really, really good. And then at about that time, people had just started taking Renzori water. And they would throw the bottles because they had no idea what to do with them. So we used to wash them. So what the first, in the beginning, you remember that juice which was served in Renzori bottles? Yes. That was our juice. So we would wash the bottles, put in that juice. I even still remember the hamak. We had a bottle of Renzori to compare what 500 ml actually is. So would end as if you pass it by even. My mom said, you are finishing the juice for the
We have to fill the
we have to fill the next bottle.
That is so true.
And we had to measure, then we had to sell. We sold, and when we were selling, you are selling for school fees, you are selling for food. You understand? It wasn't these things of just it's lounge. No, you knew that this is where your food would come from. And then my mom was very good with saving. Very, very, very good with saving. If there is anything she's taught me, it is saving. She was really, really good at saving. And yet, she wouldn't show that she's saving. So when we started this juice business, things started to look up. We started to eat. Let me give you an example. She knew we're in abject poverty, right? But then would eat chips. Why? She would buy one sack of potatoes. Because she knew that that's what would make us feel better about the situation we are in. The door is not closing, you have no roof, but you ate chips.
Can you think about a door? About a leak in the roof? You've eaten chips.
You click. So literally every 6 months she would buy one sack of potatoes, a 20-liter of cooking oil, and a 5-liter of tomato sauce. We used to buy mangoes from Window Market, carry the sack up to Mutasa Cafe, the top floor. Yeah, she was able to pay back the blender. Then we're able to sell juice.
They gave it to her.
Yeah, no, they lent her.
Yeah.
But now she had to give it back. Give back. Then we progressed. I don't know how it happened, but we entered corporate organizations. I entered to supply juice, and now that time there were cups. Now even we had upgraded from bottles to cups. You're serving the styrofoam ones, and because we're serving in MTN, UTL, and she just started with one person. In fact, I think my heart goes out to the people in the corporate organizations who drank the juice in the bottle and said, bring to my office, because that's how it happened for us. So we did MTN. Now I would go to MTN with jerry cans on my back, like of 20 liters of juice. And she would always tell us the only way that
even us who used to visit,
if
you're leaving the house, carry jerry cans.
Yes. Everybody, you'd all make juice. Yes, you'd all make juice.
This was in a period. How old were you, Manuela?
This whole thing started when I was maybe from P6. Remember, like from P6, P5. All the way to the day before I got married.
It was actually, I know, primary school, because I've met 2 ladies who I went to school with. Okay. And they were telling me, Pamela, I've been looking at that girl that you co-host with, Manuela. I've been thinking, and I knew I had seen her somewhere. That girl, I used to see her selling juice, and she was in primary school at that time.
Yes. For a very, very long. With the poverty,
actually,
it's like
I said no. She's not the one. That is Mulangira Mulondo's wife. Don't talk about her like that.
No, it went on for so long. So long. Those things of where I would sell clothes, like when you're wearing this clothes, now you see how you wash it, then you put it on a hanger for sale. You understand? It was such a long time, but we had to work. That one, and this is not the things of working with your brain. A real physical working, carrying 20 liters of jerry cans on your back. Nga when someone even tells you they want to be your girlfriend, you're just like, let's just leave because you will not manage this. Yeah, and I remember my mom used to tell us, because I used to go to MTN, my brother used to go to UTLs, another brother used to go to I think Bank of Uganda. I can't remember where. I don't remember. But then she would tell us the only way that the thing on your back can get lighter is if you sell.
So that is your motivation.
Hey, Jesus. So you had to sell. That was the only way this thing would get lighter. Then we bought our first car. It was 3 million shillings. An FX black. Now the windows can't come down. Now here we had arrived. Would be hot with sweat. By the time you reach Nayunga, you are coming out of a car. What are you saying? Amen. That's when things. And then one day my mom woke us up and told us, I want to take you somewhere. She had bought land. We cried. Isn't it us who have tears? Cried, continued working, built the foundation. Immediately she put a roof. No windows, no nothing. We entered inside that house. From that, the rest is history. Because that's all I know.
To your mom's kind of saving culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like in this story, there's a work hard element. And I think it's something I've told you before that many people know how to make money. If you call people, they can make money. But saving it, managing it.
Managing
is
money.
where the problem is.
Yes.
If I learned anything about saving, I learned from Manuela's.
Yes, she's amazing. The way she does it, she should say things like, small saving.
That's like 500 shillings, that coin that you're just taking.
She would say, you know these things where someone, let's say now Rosette comes and they visit me for VD. And I tell my mom, oh, they came to visit me for, she has to pretend that she had to come to my school. So she will get the, look for the money and keep it. I told you I used to get scholarships.
Yes.
She would ask, what was the slip? How much was the fees on your bank slip? And it was 300K. She had to look for that money,
And for me,
as if she has
what
to
I
save
loved
it.
even deeper to that from the money, things like there's beef here and you're there throwing. Manuela's mom, you cannot pour food in her house.
That's
Because
so
you're wasting the next. So I learned lots of things from your mom.
Yes,
She was
that's
really,
That culture, I only know it in North Korea.
Yeah.
Of not pouring food. Of zero wastage.
Zero.
You guys are living in North Korea. How do you say that as well?
Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, Rachel, I have a question.
Lovely story, Manuela.
Someone wants some tips on how to boost their prayer life.
Oh, we're talking about God again.
I think you are the Jesus here.
So I will be quick with this one. And I think somebody asked me this question this week. And I think one of the best ways to boost your prayer life is building your knowledge of the Word of God. Oh, yes. Yeah, so that when you are getting into the place of prayer, you're not just babbling your own words and opinions, you're actually speaking. Because prayer really is talking to God, and His language is the Word, His Word. Yeah. So what happens in the Bible? So if you're reading the Bible, then you are going to be able to boost your prayer life. Number 2, plug into spaces where people pray. Yeah, it's kind of like a practice makes perfect. Yeah, so whether it's a fellowship once a week, or having a prayer partner who you meet with often, or maybe at your home you have like a family altar where you engage in prayer. So plug into those spaces and build your relationship with God, and that should be helpful.
Yeah. I also feel like sometimes people think prayer means the whole night. But a lot of prayer is listening. Even just listening. Just listening. There's a lot of prayer that comes out of just being quiet.
Which on this group, I think Rachel does the best.
Listening. That's why her prayer life is
All right. So I have a question for Angie once again. So Angie, somebody's asking, genuine advice for someone entering the 3rd decade of their life. What would you say to them?
Breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
As you get to your 30s, we have all this noise. You know,
Yeah.
You haven't done this, you should have done this, you should have this. You're not good enough, you're not big enough, you're not small enough, you're not this. But just breathe. Then ensure you find your voice and put your
Yes.
voice into writing.
Oh,
Yes, because there's speaking to yourself, and every day you change the narrative based on how you feel. But you see, like, why I really want to come for that conference, you know, the one where we schedule the whole year, is you can't cheat yourself if you've written it down.
oh yeah.
So when people think that, you know, you're not where you're supposed to be, or a lot of opinions will come up when you get into this stage, just remind yourself.
Yeah.
And then whatever you do, do it.
Yeah.
Do it non-stop. I was saying this to my sisters the other day. Be you a good person or a bad person, whatever label the world will give you,
Be it.
be it. And be it constantly so that nobody can come and shake you.
Yeah.
But first,
Breathe. I love
Yeah, that's
that.
such a good one. Yeah. It's true.
my next question, why are we following a certain pattern? Okay, my eyes, sorry, I broke my specs. Yes, I really want to know the answer to this one. How did you lose baby Zari that way?
Baby Zara's weight.
I'm telling you.
She hurried.
She hurried, she
She snapped back, really. I did snap back. And yet, where I give credit to myself is when I lost after baby 2. My goodness, I put on so much weight. There's even no weight.
Or during the
after baby
pregnancy?
number 2.
When did you put on the weight?
After?
You put on or you?
I put on so much weight after baby 2.
Oh, after.
Okay, okay, I think people didn't see it, but I'll talk through what I did because that was the biggest I was.
Okay.
I hated the mirror, and yet I was never at that stage because I'm so much about self-love.
Yes, you are.
It was all gone. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I couldn't. I'm like, if this is what we have to go through. So for me, after baby 2, I mentioned a while ago on the show, I had a maid who cooked so well. The food was so yummy. I indulged. I ate. I really ate. After the baby. Of course, the weight is there when you're pregnant. Then after the baby has come, everyone is telling you, take your porridge.
Bien
I
da.
will take.
Bougie.
My goodness. In the 4th month, I was like a whale. I was so big. So I hated myself so much. I had to go back to work. I was big. None of my clothes fit. I'm like, no, I can't live like this. That's when I started my weight loss journey. My actual beginning of weight loss journey. It was tough. But I started to work out slowly. Don't be so fast on yourself.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to lose a baby weight, start. Just start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just start. Because if you consider say, oh, I'll go to the gym,
Yeah.
start.
Then you
so
start
I
looking for
started.
clothes.
Then you start looking for the nice shoes.
Then you.
Just
So
start.
you go to Manuela's gym.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then you look for a gym.
So what I did, what helped me is I started. I was Banage, that courage to start. It's tough, but get it.
Yeah.
Like you need to realize if you're tired of a situation, do something. Don't sit there. So I was tired. I was tired of looking bad and ugly because I didn't look nice. So I started. While I was at it, I needed to watch what I ate. I stopped the fatty foods. My sugar intake had to go down.
Yeah.
I had to drink my water religiously. All those things that you hear every
they
day.
tell
Drink
you.
your water and mind your
Just do
business.
them.
So anyway, I
do
did
them.
them. I drank my water. The calories had to go down. Like I loved chapati, guys. Everyone loves chapati. But you reach a state where like, you know what? I love you, but stay aside.
Yeah.
So I had to put those things aside. And that's the same. That's what I carried on with Zara. So this time I didn't. I knew what to do. I knew what works for my body.
Yes.
Also understand what works for
For
your
your
body.
body.
So initially, as in that said, what works? So I tried because you might never know. If someone will be like, for me, I go to the gym. I've gone 3 months. I don't see any way going.
Any
There are many
change.
people. But consistency is key. I
Yep.
started being very
Yep.
consistent.
Yep.
I did my workout religiously, like 4 times a week. for 3 months. If you want to see results, it has to be 3
Yeah, it
months.
happens
Wait,
in 1 week.
yeah, don't wait. After. Some people will wait a month. It doesn't happen immediately.
Yeah.
3 months is when I started seeing results, and I'm like, yeah, now I know what works.
Yeah.
And then I do intermittent. Now I work with lots of things. I do intermittent fasting. I throw away
Kudos
calories.
to the one who taught us intermittent fasting.
Yeah, and then I also fast religious fasting, and I like that because it's a double.
Yeah.
You bring your spirituality, you bring your spirituality to life, and then it's also helping you to lose weight.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of what
I
I
also
did.
think it would be nice to say the fact that, you know, when you said you started, I think it would be important for you to say that you started at home.
Oh yeah.
Video.
Yes.
YouTube, actually, mine was,
Yeah.
I didn't have to buy shoes. By the way, I work out in very terrible shoes. I wear my, like you will
Because you're at home.
Yes, I'm at home. So I started at home, but I made it seem like I have an instructor. Actually, I would tell people, everyone would ask, we've lost so much weight, and I'm like, yeah, I have an instructor. I have an instructor, so I would do exactly what he does. I said, stop, don't stop, come on, keep going. I'm like, I'm with you. So I would not stop. Those things of chilling, I'm so tired. I pulled out my energy, you guys. If there's anything that has helped me, like if you're chasing a goal, that's one thing. So if I could lose that weight, you can do anything when you put your thought to it. When you set a goal and achieve it, it gives you the courage that you can do anything. So if you failed at everything, start with a workout. You'll thank yourself later. So my question will be for you, Pumla. How do you feel content with one child? I have 3 for many reasons. I feel like it's enough, but I always think if I stop adding more, I will regret it.
Damwana muzoeke cult. Yeah. No, it's a cult. It has to be a cult. So and I appreciate that question. Many people say, why are you entering the number of the babies, why do you enter that business and everything? But I appreciate it because of our background, of where we come from, of our society. It's strange for a woman to say that I want to have one child and I'm fine with it and I'm content with it. So I'll just give you, I have many reasons, I have top 2 reasons why I am actually content with one child. The primary one being that, and this is going to sound ironic, given that I'm on a motherhood show, but I'm not fond of babies.
And there's moms like you.
I've never been fond of babies. And even my son was the first child I ever carried in my arms. And the only other babies I have ever carried in my arms are my siblings' children. I've never ever carried any other baby. Unless I've been forced because maybe a kitchen was catching fire. Then they throw that baby at me. Otherwise, I would never. I've never yearned. I've seen this in many women and mothers that, I want to have a baby. I've never had that yearning for a child. I've never in my life had it, and not even after I had my son. My son is the pot of gold at the end of my rainbow. My son is everything. He's made me a better person. He's made me who I am. He's shown me love, unconditional love. He's made me the person. He's made me a better person. He's fulfilled me. I've never felt love like I have with my child. But where other women feel
like I need to add,
I need to have somebody else, my son is enough. I don't need constant reminders of love and fulfillment. I don't need it. I have it all in one person. And the bottom line of that is that where other women see those cuddles and snuggles and smell the baby's hair and go like, I'm not oblivious to the pain of childbirth, of mom exhaustion, of sore nipples, of the high dependency, of self-sacrifice. Motherhood to me is idealized, it's romanticized a lot. And it doesn't make sense to that. My son is enough. I have got what I have from him, and that's enough. That's one. Number 2, Rosa, do you want to say something?
I wanted to just ask a quick one. So when you were a child, you know how baby girls Like love to play with
dolls.
dolls. Did you ever become that baby?
I never did, actually,
That
and this has,
explains.
and it's my whole family. And it's something I discussed. I have a sister who doesn't want to have children, and my mom called me and said, "But Pumla, you're the bigger sister. Why don't you talk to your sister about it? Like, are you the one who's discouraging her from having children?" And I asked her, I said, "Mom, you be honest with yourself. Which of your daughters has ever had that maternal or nurturing urge? We have the instinct.
Oh yeah, but the urge.
We don't have the urge. It's just not there. And my mom actually was honest to me, and she also said, I saw it. The first thing my mother teaches is self-reliance, is independence in children, where others are teaching maybe love and discipline. In our family, we teach self-reliance, we teach independence, because we don't, that first 3 years of a child's life where they have to fully depend on you, it's not enjoyable. Like, what's that? It doesn't make, for me, it doesn't make sense. Like, that's for me, Pumla. The second reason is that childbirth is blind. Every time a woman goes into labor, she signs a consent form with life and death. Childbirth, child labor is the one event where it doesn't matter what you have done in your life or in the 9 months of your pregnancy, where you know the outcome. You will never know. Not even the doctor, the expert, knows what's going to happen. They have no clue, and it doesn't matter whether it's a vaginal birth or a C-section. You have no control over that outcome. And not only in that moment, but also the outcome of that child after the parenting journey. It doesn't matter what you as a parent does. All you have to do is your best as a mom, as a dad, as a community, as a society, to do your best, to do your part, to ensure that you raise a responsible human being in the future. But at the end of the day, anything can go wrong.
This is true.
And everything, actually everything can go right, but also everything can go wrong. I am grateful for who my son is today. He's 13. I don't know what he's going to be at 18. If they asked me to do it all over again for Gateja, my son, in a heartbeat. If they asked me to do it again for Zalea, my niece, for Lucas, my nephew, in a heartbeat. But for what I don't know, it can never be me. Someone said sometime on a comment before that, for you in every episode, you're always rationalizing things. You're like an economist. Everything for you has to. For me, and it might be a flaw, but for me, everything has to add up. And this is one of the reasons I think that God did not give this responsibility to men, because they rationalize through everything, and this is one of the blessings, can I say. Motherhood is a phenomenon. You can't explain it. And it's for reasons like this that I love women like you, who's having 3 kids, the one who has written, and want even more. And women like Rachel, who are happy having more children, because there's women like me who don't want or who are done. And the world needs for our species to continue. Otherwise, if we were like this, the human race would be extinct. So for me, it's just that I cannot rationalize. It doesn't make sense to me to go back to a labor ward when I have no idea if I'm going to come out alive. For somebody I don't know. If they told me to give a kidney for Gateja, if they told me to die for my child, I would do it. But I can't die for something I don't know, I have no connection with. And that's just me. Those are my 2 reasons why, for me, 1 child is enough. My son is enough. And to you, I just want to advise you that the number of children you have should be a personal and not community or society choice. I would even add that even your husband should not be in that business. It is you as the woman. But that is my opinion. That is my opinion, nobody else's. But what I can just advise you is that for as long as, if you want to have 10, 20, great, that's soon, you have them. For as long as you, the woman, you can afford them financially, physically, and mentally. That's it. Me 1, you 3+.
They should do them. It's interesting when you talked about self-reliance, and I guess also I see where this lady is coming from. So just 2 things. one, when you talked about self-reliance, when Blake and Bianca came out of me, it's immediately what I went for. I built independence. I built, because me, I wanted to be able to walk away from motherhood, quote unquote, and get back to normal life. Yeah, that's why I'm the third, fourth, fifth. I'm just like, yeah. But even if they came, I'm not like you, who's like closed, finished, never again. You know. So even if like we have, I feel like there's a similarity in there, where it comes to children. Even the unexpected, I'm just like, Blake was as unexpected as your second born could be. You understand? Gateja was first unexpected. You didn't know. But now that he came, you know.
Teja was planned, dear.
No, what I mean is you didn't know who he would be at 13.
Yeah, had no
idea. You didn't know if he would come out out of the labor ward.
Yeah.
But so I guess ultimately it's a personal thing. But now the societal thing about having one child that I really want to know from you is, most times people are asking, what if something happens to that child and now you are fifity without without, so that's usually but that's usually the fear for many women, especially in our society. Yeah, I guess she wanted to ask it, but
let me say something and then she'll answer her, saying her answer, then I can wrap up this thing. Yeah, so for me that one is a clear one. That, as I said, Trey Gateja is an individual and he's enough.
Yeah.
If I lost a child, knock wood, it's not going to happen. First of all, stop cussing us. People actually ask me this question live on the street all the time. So what if your child dies? Are you
like,
bored? Why are you asking me such freaking questions? For
Yeah.
you, what if your child dies?
All your
That's
children,
a terrible
all of
question.
them. Yeah.
And let me tell you,
Yeah.
yes, and I'll tell you this, it's not something abstract. It is a possibility, but it will not happen to my child. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But if for you at 60 or 70 or 80, if your child, when God has decided that now you cannot have any more children, will you have another child because something has happened? Parents are losing their children all the time. Again, I say, my son is individual. I love Trey Gateja as an individual. If any, I would not be able to replace my child, Trey Gateja, as an individual with anybody else. So that would be it. I would always be a mother of one, and hopefully the partner I am with maybe 20 years from now will also come with his own children. Then we will add them.
I know.
Now,
Now you
Angie, let's Angie, I want to hear you because you're a fountain of wisdom.
The truth is, I was going to say that there are 2, 3, 4, 5 types of women, and God made us this way. That there are those who want to have as many, there are those who have them by accident, there are those who want to have one, and nobody is wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but people who go around saying that you have one child, what if you lost that child? My grandmother had 18 children. She died in 1983. She had only 2
Left.
left. I think I mentioned it in another show. In 1 week, she lost 9 children and her husband to the smallpox epidemic. So when you say things like that,
Yeah.
the Lord can show you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, to be honest, people should really, really, really keep quiet about things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really. Actually, I want to say thank you, but now my empathetic switch is on. Like, oh my God, 18 children and 16 died, because you can lose all your children as well, isn't it?
It happens.
You can lose 1, you can lose 20.
I mean, you've seen where families, where the entire family has perished. So, you can't use that as
I guess
something to condemn Pumla for.
And me, I'm uncondemnable. So you can talk and talk. You'll be wasting your saliva, your energy, your time. I am sorry, but you will bounce off.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies. I'm sure that the audience has really, really appreciated
Yeah.
your honesty, yes? Because even I've learned so much about you guys
Yeah.
that I had no idea about, yet we spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you for answering these questions. And I just want to let you know that we will have another, this is not it. We will have another episode where we will answer a few more questions that you asked us. So don't worry, if your question wasn't answered here, we will ask it in another episode that's coming. Until next time, with love from Bump Love.